Hello, everybody. It's me, Tracy. As you can see, I am solo. Um, if our guest comes in, obviously we'll let her in. But if not, I'm just going to continue to carry on. I'm eating a piece of candy, so I'm trying to swallow this. Sorry. So first, before I start, um, let's get these bills paid. First of all, subscribe to the channel. Um, I'm still at 143. I got 1 month to get 157 to get to 300. I'm hoping I make it, so you can help me by subscribing. Subscribing literally costs nothing. Um, please subscribe, and I'll probably be hitting that subscribe button through the program today. You can always support me at buymeacoffee.com/TRACYMedia LLC. Um, I would greatly appreciate it. You can definitely like us on Facebook. You can use that link there, or if you can't find the link, like copy that down, you can simply go to facebook.com, type in Tracy Media, all one word, just how you see it, comma LLC. That picture will come up, and then you just subscribe. Hello, Parker. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Well, since it's me, I'm not gonna promise that I won't be long, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to hit around 35 minutes. Let's see how this goes. So, obviously, I was prepared for a guest today, and my guest isn't here yet. And I've already talked about the Israel Palestine conflict. I do want to talk about next week. Next week is going to be a busy week for this channel. Um, November the 7th, we will have a presidential, um, we're calling it a discussion as to not break the FCC rules. We will have, um, I know, wait a minute, I'm going to get these names right because one person's name, I literally cannot pronounce it. Nope, I'm going to get this. Um, I'm going to get his name right. No, I'm not going to get his name right because, okay, so his name is Barack Zillerberg, and Samuel Rowan will be our guest November the 7th. We had like 4 candidates, but 2 of them dropped out. So we can't have them be on a presidential discussion when they're no longer running for president. So that'll be November the 7th, which is a Tuesday at 7 p.m. And it should be about an hour. I'm not expecting to go, well, it might be an hour and a half. It might go until 8:30. Then the day after that is the Republican National Committee debate. That's going to be at 8 o'clock, which means I'm gonna jump on here about 7:50, maybe 7:45 to talk about what I expect the debate to what I expect to be discussed, etc., etc. So next week, busy week. Show 2 shows back to back to back. Um, so hopefully I will be able to. I know I will. I'll be able to handle myself, but you know, it's going to be a busy week. And then in December, because we don't have a guest for, there's no guest lined up between now and December, I'm not going to like shut it down. But but I am going to be hosting a New Year's Eve show like I did last year, and I'm gonna tell you when it is now. You know the date, but I'm only telling you this because I need your help, and I'll explain why. So Sunday, December the 31st at 11:30, this channel will host a New Year's Eve show, and I want everybody to take out a pencil and a piece of paper because I'm going to be posting this to my list. If you have something, we're kind of doing a countdown of the top stories of 2023. They can be political, they can be social, they can be entertainment, they could be sports, they could be anything. So we'll do the top 10 things that happened in um we'll kind of talk about what's going to happen in 2024. That'll be at 11:30. So you'll see if you're on my mailing list, you'll get like a notification that I'm looking for the top 10 events of 2023. And we'll do that. Parker has a comment here. November 7th is also the day our state has the governor election. Andy Brashear, who I'm hoping that I pronounced his name right, versus Daniel Cameron. Lots of politics going on that day. I'll try to watch your debate too. Thank you. But if you can't catch it, you can always watch it on go back and watch it. So since my guest isn't here, I'm not sure what to talk about. I've already talked about the conflict in Israel with Palestine. How I think it's going to cost Joe Biden the election, but I still don't think he's going to win. So I don't want to repeat topics. NBC's news moderators for the debate on Wednesday are going to be Lester Holt and Kirsten Welker, and Hugh Hewitt will be interesting. They'll ask softball questions. They'll ask softball questions. They have. I mean, maybe they'll ask a tough question or two. I doubt it, but I'll be covering it. But like I said, I talked about next week. I talked about our New Year's Eve show and the top 10 things that happened in 2023. Why was Pence running in the first place? Why was Pence running? Thank you, Parker. You just gave me my first topic. Why was Pence running in the first place? Like, seriously? You're running? Like, why are you running? You have literally no chance. MAGA doesn't like you. He tried to walk this line between what he and Trump accomplished and I don't support Trump. And he did a very bad job. Him and Adam Schiff. I don't know who's the most boring, but somebody throw Mike Pence a personality. Oh my gosh. It's just like if you want to fall asleep, Mike Pence is who you need to listen to. He's monotone. He never ever shows emotion. He never ever shows emotion. I mean, it's like, dude, smile or cry, scream, do something to let me know you have a pulse. Did you see the video clip of Pence announcing he was dropping out? It was funny. I did not see it. If it's funny, should I watch it? See, Saturday is going to be the day I catch up on my videos because I tell you what I might do. So Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to go early vote. Indianapolis is having its race for mayor between two candidates. I mean, I'm going to have to vote for one of them, but our mayoral race is coming up, and that's going to be November the 2nd. November the 2nd. Today is the 2nd. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's going to be November the 7th. And since I'll be doing the podcast, and I'm figuring that I'll probably either early vote Saturday or Sunday. What I want to do is to do like a live at the polls. I think I'm going to be in and out of there. I don't expect to be in line any like longer than 15 minutes. I think it'll literally take me 15 minutes to get there because I'm going downtown and got to remember to take my ID. But I don't suspect that it will take long. But if I can get some good live footage, uh, that would be good. So I know I'm planning on doing a live when I go early vote. I just haven't made up my mind whether I'm going to do it Saturday or Sunday. It depends on if the Colts play. Because if the Colts play, that means downtown parking is going to be very hard. Let me see if they play, who they play Sunday. Sorry, yeah, but this depends on. Okay, so the Colts, who do they play? Oh, good, they're in Carolina. So I should have a good chance of finding parking because they won't be here. So that will be good. So I'll probably do it Sunday, but then I'll just maybe do like a quick live and say, "Hey, I'm here. Look at me. I'm down here voting." But like I said, not too much to get excited about. The mayor's race in our city has turned into um the Democrat Joe Hawk said if he gets elected, this would be his third term as mayor. Mayor serves, I want to say, 4 years. It's like the year before the presidential election. So the next time the mayor's race would be 2027. So they serve 4 years, but it's always the year before the presidential election, which means low turnout because nobody's going to come because it's not a presidential election. But the race has really turned into a whole argument about abortion. So Joe Hawks at the Democrat has been running these ads about how Jefferson Shreve is like pro-life and he's going to use the police to arrest people. It's gotten ugly. If I find the link for the mayoral debate, I might talk about that next week because this race got ugly. Right at the end, it was real cordial at the start, and then Jefferson Shreve made an attack about Joe Hogsett getting a divorce or something like that, and it just got ugly, just strange, just like turned around and got ugly. Do you think Pence will endorse another candidate like Nikki Haley? That's a good question. I don't know. That's a very good question. I don't know if he'll endorse Trump. That's probably out. Although that would make sense. I could see him endorsing either her or Chris Christie or Tim Scott. One of those three. But I don't know. But he'll endorse somebody, but now it's not the time for him, I guess. No, not ha. Yes, just figured it out because I looked up on my phone. 3 out of the next 4 games are away games. That's strange. Not for me because I'll be able to find parking. Parking downtown is a terror when the Colts play at home in Indianapolis. It's like, oh gosh, I gotta take an Uber and then go down there and pay money. So no, I'll be able to park in the garage, walk to vote, get out, come home. Good. So, boy, I'm not having a topic I want to talk about. I know I want to talk about a lot of things, but Um, I'll tell you what I'll talk about. Well, no, I want to do that next week. I want to do that next week. Um, okay, so all the people watching, throw something in the comment section that you want me to talk about while I'm sitting here trying to think and not go and. Because like I said, I was prepared for a guest today, and obviously my guest isn't going to be here, so I'm just kind of like sitting here trying to think. Um, Imagine if Pence endorsed Vivek Ramaswamy. Well, no, it's Vivek Ramaswamy and Nikki Haley. Those are the two. Nobody likes Ramaswamy. Um, Nobody likes Ramaswamy. Nobody. I think he's the only person that likes him. I don't. And his fundraising scheme, and it's a scheme. I believe I'm right about this. If I don't know whether it was him or somebody else, they would have, if you got 10 people to donate a certain amount to the campaign, then they would send you money. I'm like, is this a pyramid scheme or what are you doing? Do you think the Bengals can beat the Bills on Sunday night? Yes. I think the Bills are overrated. I think the Bills are really, really overrated. Thank goodness my team, the 49ers, are on a bye this week, although I'm still going to pick the bye to win. Oh my gosh. How do you start off 5-0 and then you just drop 3? Like, seriously, you're losing to MC. It'd be one thing if you lost to like Kansas City, the Eagles, a top tier team. You're losing to the Cleveland Browns, um, the Minnesota Vikings, and who else did San Francisco lose to? Um, Dang, who else did San Francisco lose to? They lost to the Cleveland Browns, the Minnesota Vikings, and somebody else. Oh, oh my gosh, I know this. I know this. No, I'm gonna look it up because this is nah. Bengals. Thank you, Parker. I was like, wait a minute. The one that they just recently lost. No, they recently lost on Monday Night Football to the Vikings. Then the week before that, they lost to the Bengals. And then the week before that, they lost to. So it's Browns, Bengals, Vikings. Why? We should have beat all 3 of those teams. Hey, Mac, how are you? Give me something to talk about. My guest did not show up today. Um, So, just give me something to talk about. I honestly kind of like the Bills. I kind of blah, 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 blah. I honestly kind of think the Bills may win. The Bengals have won 3 in a row, and I think their streak may come to an end. The Bills want revenge. Oh, that was when the player from the Bills he like lost consciousness. I forgot all about that. That was the play. That was the game that they never played because that was no no. Last week they lost against the Bengals. It was just 4 days ago. I thought they lost to the Bengals and then Minnesota because they played on Monday night. I'm not much of a sports fan, but the Lions are doing really good this year. They are. They are doing really good. And my only solace is I know the Dallas Cowboys won't make the playoffs. Yes, we beat them 42-10, and then we got beat by the Cleveland Browns. We should have won that game. There's no, oh my gosh, how do you start off 5-0 and you drop 3 to 3 inferior teams? It's one thing to lose to like the top caliber teams. Okay, they're top caliber. They're caliber for a reason. But you losing to the Browns, you losing to the Bengals, you losing to Minnesota. Come on. 4 days ago on Sunday at 4:25 time, four lost to the Bengals, and then had nerve to get beat 31-17. Don't even under. And people are saying, "Oh, the Browns' defense is good." I don't care. You started off the season 5-0. You know how much bragging I was doing. I was running my mouth. I was like, "Oh, just clear the path. It's gonna be us and Philadelphia fighting for the NFC top." Not playing like this. Oh no, it's gonna be definitely Philadelphia. I have to give them their props. They are really good. I hate to say that. I hate to say that because they're the ones that beat our hospital team last year. Um, but they're really good, really good. I'll tell you who else is like really disappointing. Well, not disappointing. They're having the kind of season that I thought they would have, and that's the Giants. I thought last year, um, um, they made the playoffs, and so they're coming this year and have a decent. I was predicting like they'll go like 10-7 because now teams play 17 games as opposed to 16. But they have stunk it up. It's a lot of terrible teams though. Let's do that one. Let's do that one. Now Parker's got me talking about football. I'll be honest though, we lost to the Browns in week 1 by 21 points. That's really bad. We lost to the Bengals 31-17. Like what the heck? We are better than 17 points. We are better than 17 points. So, like I said, it's our bye week, but I'm still picking the bye to win. I'm still gonna say, oh, bye's got it. Yeah, there's some really bad teams. So if I'm going division by division, we'll start with the NFC West because that's just where I'm at. So you got Seattle, San Francisco, the Rams, and Arizona. So Cincinnati, Seattle, and San Francisco are tied because again, San Francisco dropped their last 3 garbage, playing like garbage, thinking they're gonna win. So they dropped their last 3. So them and Seattle are tied for the division title. Then that leaves the Rams, who are terrible. That leaves Arizona, who's really terrible. And they lost their starting quarterback. I don't know when he's going to be back. So then you move to the NFC East. Now, this one I think they have 5 teams. So I'm going to name them. I'm going to try this. Philadelphia, Washington, Dallas, the Giants. Why did I think they have 5 teams? They don't. So Philadelphia head and shoulders above everybody. So the sucky teams, in that division, I'm gonna say the Cowboys. I know they got more wins than losses, but because I can't stand them, I'm still gonna say Cowboys. Washington. Oh my gosh, Washington and New York are terrible. Then okay, because I'm not trying to do this by division because I don't want to name every single division. So, um, then you got Green Bay is terrible. The Bears are terrible. I think New Orleans is terrible. I think Tampa Bay is terrible. I think the Dolphins they're not their record. I think they're overrated. I really think that the Miami Dolphins are overrated because I'm like they haven't done anything. They're still suspect on defense. Um, they still, to me, they don't have the running game that you really need to win. So I think Miami's just like um, I don't think Miami is good as everybody thinks they are. Then of course you got Buffalo. Buffalo is one of those teams I don't follow enough. I don't even know what their record is. But yeah, there's a lot of terrible teams this year. I mean, you may have a team make the playoffs and they may not even have a winning record. Watch it be the Niners. But yep. Back to politics. Thank you, Mac. Has Robert Kennedy Jr. picked a vice president? Has Cornel West picked a vice president? Has Marianne Williamson picked a... Okay, I know Dr. West has not picked anybody. I'm pretty sure none of the people you're asking about have picked. So um there is a good discussion to have. Who do you think? Here's what I'll say. I think Marianne is gonna drop out. I can't see her making it past January. Her campaign, I mean, what is she running for? She's polling poorly. She can't go to New Hampshire because the Democrats keep changing the rules. She can't. I think her campaign is going to be over by February. So I'm going to kind of take her off the list. Um, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know who he would pick. I don't know because he's all over the place in terms of his policy. In one breath, he says, "Oh, I'm against the Ukraine war and funded it," but then in another breath, he'll say, "Oh, um, I'm for funding Israel and giving them everything they need." I'm like, "Oh, okay." It's like he has opposing views on everything, and I don't know. I literally don't know who he would pick. I would have thought Dr. West would have picked Jill Stein, but since he left the Green Party to run as an independent candidate, and I think she's probably going to run for the Green Party nomination. Um, he could, uh, um, who? I'm going to say Nina Turner's out because I think she's on the vote blue no matter who team. I hate to say that, but I just think she is. I can see Dr. What? Boy, that's a good question. See, I'm not really sure. To be honest, I'm not really sure who either of them would pick. Um, and maybe it's too early. I don't know. It seems like it. So, did you see Ola Mayi's interview with Mary Ann Williamson? She put on a couple of days ago. You should definitely see it. Plus the second half where Ola does a breakdown review of it. I can't tolerate her. Oh my gosh, she is all over the place. I can't. I can't. No, I didn't see it, and I probably won't because she'll just go in a circle again, and I'll be like, "Oh, stop! You're making my head hurt. You're making my head hurt." Now you got me thinking, Mac. Who would? Okay, so here's a question to you, Mac. Who do you think Robert Kennedy Jr. should pick? It can't be a Democrat because to the Democrats he's garbage. So he can't do that. Does he pick somebody? Oh boy. I think that Tulsi Gabbard is going to get picked by someone, either one of the Republican candidates, which would be Trump because he's in the lead right now, or Robert Kennedy. Tulsi Gabbard. Ugh. Why y'all trying to make me throw up today? You just bring up all the names of people that make my stomach turn. But who do you think Dr. West would pick? Um, I know people made a big deal about him taking $3,300 from some guy that supported Clarence Thomas, and I'm still trying to figure out what the problem with that was. It's just money. It's just $3,300. I mean, what type of influence are you gonna really have with $3,300? I don't know, but uh, her videos on her channel, I'll try Parker, but oh gosh, when she was on Leftist Mafia, I'm just like, could you complete a sentence so I can follow what you're talking about? I don't understand what you are trying to say. Please say what you are saying in a clear sentence so that I can follow you. Because you are talking in circles, which I cannot stand. I can't stand word salad. Um, I'm still sitting here trying to think of who Dr. West should pick. I mean, I'm out of the running. I mean, you know, can't be me. Oh no, that's not a good idea. And the reason Ralph Nader is 86. And so we're kind of gonna complain about Joe Biden's age, and Nader is 6 years older than Biden. I hope I'll tell you who I hope he doesn't pick. I hope he doesn't pick Cynthia McKinney. And I know a lot of people. Hey Anna, how are you? As you can tell, I'm solo because my interview did not show today. So we're trying to figure out who Dr. West should pick as his candidate or his vice president candidate. I hope he doesn't pick Cynthia McKinney. And I'm gonna say why. Here why. She's been, well, one, she doesn't live, well, he can't pick her. She hasn't lived in the United States. She lives in some other country. And one of the requirements is you have to live in the United States 14 years, like in a row, and she would not be good. So he can't pick her, thank goodness. He can't pick, Baraka. See, I would have said Jill Stein. But again, he left the Green Party, so I'm like, dang, dang, ooh, I don't know either. I know that whoever, I do know. But see, here's the problem with picking this person. She's running as president in another party. I don't know. It depends on how her campaign goes. But if somebody in the West campaign is listening to me, I think he should pick Claudia De La Cruz. That's it. That's the name. Yes, yes, I'll say it. Problem is she's running with PSL, Socialist Party. Um, so no. I still don't trust Tulsi Gabbard, but it would make sense if Robert Kennedy Jr. picked her. Um, I can't see Trump picking her because obviously Trump is going to win the Republican nomination. There's no there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. So if Trump wins the now see Trump I can do. The easy one we already know. Kamala Harris is going to be Joe Biden's running mate. So that one's off the table. We can just put that aside, we know it. But who would Trump pick? And I think there's a couple of ways that they could do this. He could pick Tim Scott because he's black. And what way to downplay the charge that you're racist by picking a black man? It would make sense. He could go that way. Or he's not going to pick Nikki Haley. He's not going to pick Christie. He's not going to pick Penn. He said he's not going to pick the people on stage, but you can never believe anything Trump says. So, like I said, he's got a couple ways he can go on this. Like I said, he could pick Tim Scott. He could benefit by picking a woman. If he picks Marjorie Taylor Greene, he's losing. He's losing. He's losing. He might as well just coast that in because all they're gonna do. Absolutely, positively not Carrie Lake. If he picks her or Carrie Lake, he's losing. He's losing. Hello, Stanley. I haven't seen you in a bit. How are you? Picking Tim Scott would prove that Trump is a racist. I don't know because Tim Scott is black. So he's obviously said, I am a black person or black male, but I don't know how that would prove that he is a racist. You might have to explain that to me because I'm not sure how that would prove that he's a racist. See how I'm avoiding who the other two should pick because I have no idea. Like I've already said, Marianne, she's out by February. Um, um, thus ends his qualifications. He has. Okay, so let's go over that with this comment. No. So here are the qualifications of being president of the United States. Number one, you have to be 35 years or older. That's one. Second requirement is you have to be a naturalized citizen of the United States, which means you have to be born in the United States, or if your parents served in the military and you were born overseas, you're basically an American citizen. Number three is live in the United States, be 35, those are the three. So technically, Tim Scott meets the qualifications. Yes, Marlon, he is black. He has said he's black. That's right, and a natural born, not naturalized. Naturalized means you took the oath. Natural born is like me, born. Okay. No constants today. No, I don't know what happened. I certainly emailed the link, but hey, I'm trying to make the best of what I got. I'm still on this question that was posed to me about Dr. West and RFK because they could go in. They're not going to pick anybody from the two-party system. They can't, right? Could RFK really pick a Republican? That might be interesting. So, because obviously, this is a really good question. And I'm just really sitting here trying to think who could RFK pick? Me too, because I want her to talk about her run for mayor of Knoxville. I was all excited, ready to go. Tim Scott is a white man with the greatest tan known to mankind. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Whoa. President Tim Scott, I rest my case for his qualifications. Or Tulsi Gabbard could sit it out this election and jump into the ticket for 2028. That's what I think she's going to do. I'm not sure that Trump is going to be the nominee because he's going to be on trial before the election. He will be because they're going to drag this out. The other GOP candidates are just walking on eggshells until then. It's a case of musical chairs. True. Parker, no, you didn't. RFK would pick Alex Jones for VP. I thought you were going to say Joe Rogan. I'm like, no. Here's what I think. Okay, so now I'm sitting here thinking about it. Dang, this one is a good one. Because you got a bunch of Republicans that are not, obviously he's going to pick somebody that's Republican. He can't pick within the Democratic Party because they all are forced to support Joe Biden. There's no doubt about it. So he's got to stay outside. So he picks somebody from the Republican Party to kind of like say, ha ha, screw you. Or he picks a libertarian candidate that didn't get the nominee from the Libertarian Party. Remember, they're about to pick their candidate. Thank you, Anna. That's the answer. He's going to pick somebody. I have no idea who they are, and then we'll have to, uh, um, to research them. I don't know who they're going to pick, but I know it's not an easy. It can't be an easy process. Joe Rogan has a better chance for BP than Scott or. Wow, y'all not really holding back today. I don't know why that's. Sorry, but my hair keeps flying in my face. It's gonna be interesting. Like I said, I have 2 shows next week that are gonna be pretty much back to back. RFK, Alex Jones, 2 men sharing the same strap jacket. Did you see RFK's own family put a letter out to the public basically saying, please do not support him. He does not represent the... Yes, I saw that. And people, like his supporters, wait a minute, every time I mention his name, I pick up a supporter. So here I go. RFK. Thank you. But yeah, I did see that. I saw that, Parker. I'm assuming that it won't the first time it won't be, it wasn't the first time they said that. That's kind of sad. Like I said, he's a contrarian. Like I say, oh, I'm a walking contradiction. But he's politically a contradiction. Like his views are just like polar opposites of each other. Like he apparently came around on his poor stance on reparations. And obviously because public pressure got to him. But not all his family, but most of them do. He will either auction for VP or do a version of The Apprentice. That's pretty bad to have your own family tell people not to vote for you. No, you know what? Ralph Nader's family did it to him. Ralph Nader's sister basically said, do not vote for my brother. She actually did it. So this isn't the first thing to type. No, Anna, this is not happening because Trump has, once RFK declared himself to be an independent, it was over. RFK has said he won't be Trump's running mate, and Trump has said he doesn't want RFK as his running mate. So that won't happen. Thank goodness. Wouldn't that be sickening? Okay, so now everybody, I'm about to change the subject for the last 10 minutes of this podcast. So, as you all know, November the 7th at 7 p.m., Nader's sister prevailed. She did, but you're talking to a person that voted for Ralph Nader several times, more than once. So, what about the one Lincoln Park? You know, I didn't even think about Lynn. You mean Liz Cheney? Dick Cheney's daughter, right? I think you mean Liz Cheney. I don't think she wants to do it. But that is an interesting thing. So, as you all know, the debate or the discussion, the presidential discussion is coming up on Tuesday the 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What type of, we'll have 2 candidates. Now, this will be different. Usually I'm interviewing one person, but it'll be more of a debate. So I won't be, yes, because the Democratic Party makes me sick. Don't like them, never have liked them, never gonna like them. But yes, I did vote. Hey, I don't want to be VP. See, that's the other thing. This is what I was thinking about running for city council. I don't need to run for public office. Absolutely not. My number one problem is my mouth. I'm going to say exactly what I think. I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to say people are garbage. I'm not going to be nice. I'm going to be mean. I'm going to be tough on my critics. I just couldn't see a way to do it. But back to what I'm asking. What type of questions, because nobody emailed me any questions. What type of questions do you think that I should be asking on Tuesday? This is important because we'll be talking about foreign policy. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the Israel-Palestine conflict. That'll be the main. Um, that'll be the main source of focus. But are there other questions about foreign policy that you want me to ask? Is there the situation in Venezuela? The situation with what type of questions do you want me to ask? Um, we could talk about that. And I'm gonna get some comments over here. You defied Nader's sister. Yes, I did. No vice president for you. Will you apologize to Nader's sister? No, I won't. I think for most of my voting life, I've been a third party voter. I only voted like main party like maybe 2 or 3 times. Oh, he's joking. Thank you, Anna, because I didn't get it. You know me, I just take people at what they're saying and just go. I'm like, no. But I've been a third party voter most of my voting time. First time I voted, did I vote for Clinton or did I vote for Nader? I know I voted for Nader in 2000 and 96, I think. Yeah, 96, 2000. Then for some reason I voted for John Kerry. Then I got duped and voted for Obama twice. I still don't understand what I was thinking. Um, but like I said, I'm looking forward. Again, I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just trying to make up time because my interview canceled and didn't show up, and I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I'm just trying to make up time. Um, I'm trying to see something here before I end this today. Don't miss a new event, but I do. I talked about the Indian that got real nasty, real quick. Living in India, so you don't care. Um, the New Year's Eve show that's gonna come on at 11:30 on the 31st. Um, I will be trying to think of topics between. Let's see, next week. I already know what I'm going to talk about. Good. I'm glad. Thank you, Anna. Um, like I said, I have about 3 or 4 questions, and I don't want it since it's going to be remote. There's a small chance. There's no chance of a fight breaking out. Um, you'll probably see me with my glasses because I want to appear serious. I don't expect to go more than an hour and 30, maybe an hour and 15, because we start off with 4 participants and 2 dropped out of their bids for president, so we can't interview people that are dropping out because they're no longer in the office or running for it. Um, hold on. You go back. You want foreign policy? Yes, because the first discussion is about foreign policy. The second discussion next March is about domestic issues. The third one is about healthcare, and the fourth one is about community engagement or something like that. I don't know if I could carry this topic for a whole hour. That I would consider doing it if I could get people to participate, like in a Zoom room. Um, I might, Stanley. I might. You may be getting an email from me. I might do that. Well, whoever the president is, they can internalize the whole issue by just going to Congress and asking Congress for a constitutional convention to pass an amendment to add Israel and Palestine as a 51st, 57th. It could happen. I doubt it. Okay, Parker, this is one I was going to ask anyway. If they want to keep birthright citizenship. For um, some reason, this one is a big old topic, and I know why, but we kind of caused the problem. So I'll make a note to ask that question. I thought that was one of my ones that I had asked. I'm definitely going to talk about BRICS, and BRICS is, for you all that don't know, it's a coalition of countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Um, they formed a coalition to basically like trade amongst each other and have currency between each other. I'm definitely going to ask about BRICS because one, I need to know about it. But let's see. Presidents are invited to Congress. Oh yeah, I forgot that. See, y'all, you can tell I'm just struggling here. I'm on struggle street. I don't like to be on struggle street. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to next week. Yes, but there's a specific reason why I want to ask about BRICS. And it's, well, you'll have to watch the discussion next week to figure out why it is I'm asking about it. See, I'm not a comedian. But yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that Tim Scott um Donald discussion. I won't do it live, but I got, you just gave me an idea for a show, so thank you very much. Um, what else was I gonna ask? Okay, guys. So it's almost 8 o'clock. I didn't turn my heat on because I thought, oh, it's getting warm outside. It's 50 something degrees. I'm trying to see what the weather is now to see should I turn my heat on. Um, I'm just trying to say, oh, it's 49, so I might have to turn my heat on. Um, I'd be curious what anyone's stance is on U.S.-China relations. Thoughts on finding forum. Okay, I'm going to read this right. I'd be curious what anyone's stance is on U.S.-China relations and thoughts on finding. I think you mean funding foreign wars, no matter the country. That's a good one. Northerners don't get cold, but when they have on a thin t-shirt, yes, they actually do get cold, and it's like I can almost see my breath. Oh yeah, and that's what I realized. So I will ask about China U.S. relations because you got the crazy Republican Party just want China is a threat. We need to go to war with China. I'm like, did they start something with us? And I'm just like not finding it. Like Biden and the Republicans are just bent on war, and it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Um, so I'm actually gonna cut and paste that idea because I don't want to lose it after I get show topics. Let me get that one. Tim Scott. I'm actually typing this, so I'm actually typing that. So Tim Scott or I can't read. I can't type. Byron Donalds. So okay, we got a new comment. Yeah, it's like they keep just saying war, giving Taiwan money, even though China said, "Hey, they're still a part of us." It's crazy. But if the president asked Congress for a constitutional convention to add Israel and Palestine as a 51st and 52nd state, they could also add the District of Columbia as well as a 53rd while they're at it. They could add Puerto Rico. They could add the U.S. Virgin Islands. They could do a lot of things, but I again doubt it's going to happen. Okay, everybody. So I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to get with the person that was supposed to be here, change that interview title. Um, and remember to support me as a monthly contributor. Um, I know you can contribute on buymeacoffee.com/TRACYMedia LLC as a one-time contributor, but I'm definitely looking for monthly contributors so that I can eventually buy the lighting I need. This lighting is terrible, terrible. But remember to like this page. Don't share. Well, I'm not gonna say don't share, but share my other videos where I actually do a halfway decent job because I prepare. Um, and remember to subscribe, um, comment, subscribe, like, share, all those good things. Taiwan money doesn't necessarily mean evil. It doesn't. But why provoke China? Like, why are you provoking? Like, stop it. I literally said when Biden said he didn't want a ceasefire in Israel or Gaza, that he's never met a war he didn't like. It's like, DC should be 51, but I digress, LOL. I think it's in the Constitution um, that the nation's capital can't be a state. I don't think. Oh, and it go to monthly. I'll send it to you. It's right there. You go to monthly and then you select it and then it'll let you do it every month. But okay, guys, I didn't expect. I said 35 minutes. It's already 57. I don't know what I be talking about. Um, China is gonna be provoked just like MAGA. Yeah, I know, but those people deserve representation. They do. They do. But like I said, I think it's in the Constitution. I'm not 100% certain. It could be. I might be wrong, but I think I read somewhere where DC couldn't be a state, but Puerto Rico could. Puerto Rico definitely could be a state. But I think to make DC a state, you would have to amend the Constitution. And to amend the Constitution, you need like 75%, and then it has to go with all the states. So I think to pass the DC statehood uh, is harder. I'm just gonna look this up because I thought DC couldn't be a state because okay, let's can he become a state? Okay, here it is. I found it. So Washington D.C. isn't a state; it's a district. D.C. stands for District of Columbia. Its creation comes directly from the U.S. Constitution, which provides the district not exceeding 10 miles square, which will become a seat of the government. Congress established it. Okay. Okay, here it is. Here's how. Yep, it is. Yep, I stand corrected. The next step in becoming a state is the congressional passage of statehood legislation, such as the State of Washington, D.C. Admission Act, which was introduced in the 117th Congress. Wouldn't it make more sense to D.C. to join a state like Maryland or Virginia? Yeah, that's what I thought too. Does D.C. have representation in Congress? No, they do not. Wait a minute. Yeah, so does DC vote? Okay. So I was wrong. I said I thought it would. Couldn't be, but it looks like it can be. So now we know, and no one's had the battle. G.I. Joe. Dun, 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 dun. Thank you, Stanley, because I stand corrected. But I wonder, why is Alaska a state? It's way up there. It's like, do we really need it? I mean, not to say that they're not Americans, they are, because Alaska's part. But why? In Hawaii, why? It's like y'all way out there in DC, like right there. Um, so I'm going to stop this recording because it's 8 o'clock. No, it's 8:01. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. I know this was not what I wanted. Um, but I'm gonna try to get my interview with Constance rescheduled. If I can't, that'll be great. They won't, I mean, it'll be great. It won't be great, but I always make adjustments. Next week, I will be ready. I know I don't have an interview next week, so I'll be ready with my topic. You'll see it Wednesday. Remember, share my other videos. Share my other videos. Like my other videos. Comment, subscribe. Support me on Buy Me a Coffee buymeacoffee.com / Tracy Media LLC. Thank you all. Have a great evening. I'll see you all. Well, I'll see you Saturday because I'm not doing a live. I'm doing a pre-recording. And then Sunday when I go vote, I'll do a live then. So I will talk to you all later. Have a great evening. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Stanley. Thank you, Mac. Thank you, Parker. Thank you, Marlon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.